Today I want to show you guys my home studio. I built this thing for content creation, podcasts, and YouTube videos, and I think that you guys are really going to find some value out of this video today. Okay, so story time. We moved to Texas 2 years ago. I actually was the production director of a church. That was what I got hired to do. So that's why we moved from Arkansas to Texas. And long story short, that job didn't work out. So when that job didn't work out, we actually had a place that we were living at in that town where I was supposed to be working for that church. But we didn't want to go back home to Arkansas. So we decided to stay in Texas and stay over in Mansfield. Fast forward to now, we've actually built a group of friends here in Carrollton. And so for an entire year or 2 years, we actually commuted from Mansfield, Texas to Carrollton, Texas, which is about a 40-minute drive. So last year, December 30th, we actually got a chance to move, and we moved into a 3-bedroom townhome, which gave me the option to have the studio space, and it gave us a room for our new baby, which is coming in the summer. And guys, we're so excited to be parents, but I'm also super excited about this space as well. Not nearly as excited about being a parent. Okay, so when I built this studio here, I had a few things in mind. I like to crank out a ton of content nowadays, whether that's short form, YouTube, or I'm cranking out content on behalf of the other businesses that I'm involved in, and also for my clients as well. So I wanted to make sure that this space was very inviting for a bunch of different ways of shooting. And so here we have it, my home studio today, which is very modular. So right up here at the top, we have a light. We have the Amaran 200D, and this slides back and forth on the track system. This light is incredibly bright. Honestly, way too bright for this space. Currently, I have it at just 50%, but this light stays here. It doesn't come off of this track. I bought it specifically for the studio. And then I have a softbox on here from Small Rig, which I typically always, again, leave on here. I also have a smaller version in case this one is too big for the shoots that I'm doing. This one that I have right now may be a little bit too big, but I like it, and it actually gives me a much softer source of light. So I like using this light, and so I'm gonna keep it up there. Now for my hair light that I have back here, it's actually a brand new light that I'm testing out from a company, and this light seriously gets very, very bright. I was super surprised with how bright it got on one of my previous shoots that I've done, and I've decided that I'm gonna leave that light up there. Now I will be doing a full video about this light soon, so if you're interested in this light, it's actually under $200. It's actually bi-colored, and I actually have everything in here, including both of these lights hooked up to Alexa. Now I do have another light that is pretty modular. It's not mounted, and I've just been moving it around the room as I go for now, and that is actually a light from Newer. I really do like this panel so far. Now I do have an Amaran panel, which is higher quality than this one, but again, I want everything to be ready to go, so I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a light that I knew I wasn't going to leave in the studio. The goal is to have everything in here stay in here, so I don't have to reinstall something when it's time to shoot, or whenever a friend wants to come over, I don't have to set something back up that I took down. Literally, if you want to come in here and film, within 10 to 20 minutes, you can actually get up and running. All you have to do is throw the cameras on a tripod and you're ready to go. And also here in the studio space, I decided to do an accent wall. Now, a lot of people who've been seeing my things on TikTok, on YouTube, or on Instagram have been asking me, where did I get this wall from? I actually built this from scratch. I will say it was quite expensive. You may actually come out a little bit cheaper buying this pre-built. However, I didn't want to wait to actually get this up and running whenever we moved in on December 30th because I had a shoot coming up for a podcast. So I went to Home Depot. I bought these little wooden strips. I stained them, and then I nailed them to the wall with a nail gun. Now right behind it, you can see that it is black. That's because I used some peel and stick from Amazon. I'll be leaving that in the link below in the description, as well as this track system as well, if you guys are interested in doing something like this. Now, obviously, when it comes to content creating and building out a studio, you need a space to put your gear. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I get a ton of gear, and I currently own a ton of gear. So I made this place packed out with tons and tons of spaces for storage. So starting off with our different workbenches, basically what I did is I went to Home Depot, I looked up some of the things that I liked from there, and instead of buying it, I just went to Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to get all of these different things for a fraction of the price. Now, if you are interested in getting everything from Amazon, I will try to find an Amazon version of everything that I've talked about today, to link in those descriptions as well, so that you can do all of your shopping in just one location. Let's talk about the desk setup that I have back here. So I actually went through a few different desktops to try to figure this out. What I actually landed on is this huge desktop, which I actually found on Facebook Marketplace, because as I was shopping, it seemed like these butcher blocks are not cheap whenever you buy them straight from the store. So if you can, I would do exactly what I did and make sure that you look for them used if you are interested in a desk like this as well. Now what I've done is actually got some IKEA legs in an IKEA drawer, sat this desktop on top of it, and then put the legs under there, and now we have this nice long desk that I can put all of my different things on. And speaking of what I have on there, I have some speakers that I bought for a pawn shop, so I'm not even sure what the brand is. Now the main attraction is obviously this huge TV that I have back here. I actually saw this in Parker from Full-Time Filmmakers video. He actually uses this in his studio. And the most important thing that I was looking for when upgrading my monitor is OLED. I wanted to have OLED so that I can have easy color grading whenever I'm working on projects at home. So far, I am in love with this TV, which is dual used as a monitor. It's OLED, there's no latency at all, and seriously, I am really happy so far with this. It actually has Alexa built into it as well. I don't use it because it's pretty slow compared to actually having a real Alexa just on my desk. Now when it comes to the keyboard and mouse, I use the MX Master Keys and keyboard. Absolutely love these guys. I've been using them for the last year. So I won't bore you with all my internet connections right now, but I have a Synology NAS, which I use for my storage solution for now, and I will be upgrading this later to 124 terabytes. But for now, I have this over here, and I think it only has like 30 terabytes, something like that. And it's pretty full. It's built up actually twice within the last 6 months. So now we have the MacBook itself. I think as high as you can go on everything except storage. I only have 2 terabytes instead of, I think you can get 8 terabytes, but everything else is fully maxed out. Now right here along the back of the desk, I have these new Amaranth strips. They actually do connect to Alexa as well, which is also very nice. Now also here on the desk, I have my cup warmer. This is actually a Walmart cup. I use it for my coffee, and it works pretty well. So obviously if the cup is on a charger, it is keeping the cup charged up, but you can actually take the cup off and you actually have battery in the cup that will last you about 3 hours at whatever temperature you decide you want your drink at. Now on the wall, I have some shelves that I hand built, stained, and then just drilled into the wall using some different drywall attachments so they don't fall off. And then the plants on the shelf all come from IKEA. So whenever I'm roaming around and recording in the studio, the tripods that I've typically been going to the most are the small rig tripods. I love these tripods because I have my quick release system that I've actually installed on here, where I can use my Arca Swiss mounts to quickly put my cameras on a tripod or take them off. Now, whenever I'm doing small things like on a maybe short form or recording on my iPhone, I use the Peak Design tripod, which is also very good. I don't have the fiber version because it's like $500. I have the one that's $300. Again, if you guys are interested, links in the description. Now, as far as the camera go, very interesting. I actually used the A7 IV way more than I used the Sony FX3. I absolutely love the Sony FX3, but whenever it comes to recording 4K images, the A7 IV does way better than the Sony FX3 because it oversamples the image and then brings it down to 4K. So you do get that benefit on this camera. That's actually what I'm recording on now. Now for the last few months, I've actually been using the Zoom F3 for audio, and I'll be using the Deity S Mic 2. This setup is a killer combo. I really do love the setup. The reason for it, and I know a lot of you audio guys are gonna say something in the comment section, you can go ahead and say it, but the reason why I love it is because of 32-bit flow. The fact that I don't actually have to check audio sources whenever I'm on a one-man shoot is actually a big deal. Like right now, it looks like it may be clipping, but with 32-bit flow, you have so much latitude on the top and the bottom where it's literally impossible to clip your audio. And you can bring it all the way up, you can bring it all the way down. You just plug in the microphone, you can put on headphones to make sure you're not getting any interferences with the cables, but other than that, you're ready to go. Plug it in, press record, and you're good to go. That's what I really like about this setup. Now, sometimes I do run a cable directly from the recorder to the camera, but you are gonna get less quality audio, so typically I just sync it in post later. So yeah, Absolutely love the space so far. It's been really good to be able to have a space where I can create and then literally turn around, start editing, and get the videos uploaded all from the same location. And with the baby coming in July, it's gonna make it even easier to be able to create content as I'm here with the baby. With that being said, I'm super excited about 2023 and all the cool things that are gonna be coming up on this channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed, then what the heck are you doing? Get subscribed. You watched through this whole video, you haven't subscribed yet? Unbelievable. I'm gonna wait for you guys to subscribe. And in the meantime, while you're subscribing, if you haven't checked out this video over here, you might want to do that as well. Still waiting. All right, I'm done.